magic atmosphere. But you don't have the power, son. Now you're stuck for sure, you're done. Sit there in detention, in a separate dimension. What's up, bitch? Welcome to the astral plane. No gain. You can never escape from this domain. You can scream and shout. Go ahead, freak out. Tell me once more what you're sorry about. But I warned you once, you don't get another strike. What did you expect? That I would say, psych? Welcome to the astral plane. Just yourself to blame. One wave of this magic wand, boy. Don't try me. Welcome to the astral plane. Just yourself to blame. One wave of this magic wand, boy. Don't try me. Wait a minute, baby, this isn't good enough. You're trapped and frozen, and that's pretty rough, but you know, I think I'm really upset, and things could get a whole lot worse, I bet, so hang on. Well, he ain't done yet. On your mark, get ready. Are you ready? Get set. Come on in. No, you don't have to knock. My balls are a lightning rod for cock. You done made Hulk mad. Take a look at this frown. Now Ralph's gonna wreck it. I'ma put you all down. Be a whole lot more than 20 bitches in the ground. I'm an old boss. I'm the one who built this town. I was standing right here before the sun come up. I was around before your late grandpappy was a pup. You got something to say? Good. Step on up. I'll drink piss like yours from a pay-for cup. Your weak sauce. Son, enough of this shit. Stand back, lad, and watch an old boss crit. Ain't nothing but 20, cause them dice are loaded. I'll beat you till you're bloody and crampy and bloated. Who's next? What you want? Fireball, blizzard? Didn't mama tell you not to fuck with the wizard? Carve you up like a pumpkin. Oh, so scary. Better find a potion, or how about a fairy?
Hello, did you miss me? Go on, say it. That's just raspberry and I make you want to spray, but it's all good because I'm creamy and delicious. Dairy's really good for your bones, it's nutritious. So tell me, why you want to mess with the mate? Oh, it's got a temper, just listen to the rage. Smart, too, like a wise old sage. That's a big spell book, he read every
I'm a
page.
master caster slinging spells of disaster, and I'm a teleport because I get there faster. No, now, just save your breath. I don't need to know how you're scared to death. I'm tripping on my robe, or maybe old Toby. I drop a fat beat just above your earlobe, but too bad for you. Sorry you can't dance. Welcome to the astral plane. You had your chance. You had your chance. You don't step to this. Oh no. Forget it. Forget it. Welcome to the astral plane. How's that ass feel? Huh? Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do some regular stuff, just for a short period of time, and then we'll change characters. Ruthie stayed the night with Mike. She knew that Jen would be leaving first thing the next day, but decided not to depress herself by saying goodbye. Later in the morning, she would return to her room and only her stuff would remain. That Jen would have already left, and that would have been the end of her. Ruthie could not have explained to herself why she could not want to say goodbye to Jen, but she didn't. Better to spend the night with one person who didn't care about her than to worry about someone who didn't and would be out of her life within a few hours away. Her mood had improved enough that she approached her boyfriend about making love. She rubbed lubricant into her vagina and on Mike's penis and massaged him until it was hard. Then she laid back and waited for him to finish. Boy, that was pretty bad.
Was that it? Is that seriously? No way.
It's gonna get awesome. It's gonna get awesome right here.
There we go. It's dead even. This fight.
Wait a minute. It goes into gotta make sure it's gonna work. Yeah. Maybe we can't do that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got 3 horny sisters sucking for a raise, having a fuck in the ball pit. Guess who's coming for dinner? I love it.
Guess who's coming for dinner sounds awesome.
Let's see. Guess who's coming for dinner? As the first one that we do. All right. Guess who's coming for dinner?
Oh, he's about to be. Oh my god, that up smash.
Alright.
There we go, there we go. Let's get this fucking out of here.
You feeling a fuck?
You fancy feeling a fuck?
I'll start off as an orc who's fancying a fuck. In what's one of those Chicago days when the heat becomes unbearable and all one wants to do is sit by the pool with a cold one? That's of course if you have a pool in Terra Kilmington. However, from her bedroom window, she could see neighbor Adam Bassett lounging beside her. He never really socialized with a divorced ex-beauty queen who lived next door. She tended to walk around with her head in the air. And even when he tried to pass the time of day, she never answered him. However, saturated in sweat and cursing her ex for not installing a pool before he handed over his house and car to her, she had to take the plunge, as it were, and carefully approach the man next door. Excuse me, Mr. Bassett? Adam looked up to see the beautiful bombshell peering over his face. Fence, rather. I know it's an imposition, but would you mind if I took a little dip in your pool? It was so hot that day, you probably have taken pity on Jack the Ripper, and so in spite of the fact he found it a bit nauseating when the woman who had ignored all his attempts to communicate was now doing a little begging, he said okay. He said okay.
He said okay.
He's seen her strutting around in her bikini before she came through the gate and walked towards him. He was extremely impressed. Her tiny garment had quite a bit of difficulty in restraining her voluptuous bosom from breaking loose in the bottom half, which looked like a triangular postage stamp, had much the same problem. I really appreciate this, she smiled as she lowered her body slowly into the shower. Even my air conditioning isn't working properly. That fucking lawyer of mine just let my ex-husband pull me off with any whole shit in the divorce settlement now. He's living in our villa in Costa Rica, and it's got a pool. When Tara submerged herself in the blue water that already adequate tits were magnified and Adam was beginning to feel horny. But as he sipped on his Heineken, he felt that there was no chance of him getting into that little triangle of hers. She splashed around for a while, rubbing her nubile body all over her hands. Then she bobbed under the water, and when she broke the surface again, she had her back to him. Adam spoke to her, but she appeared not to speaking, and then she apologized. Oh, I am sorry, she said. I am afraid of. I'm hard of hearing. I lip read most of the time.
I've been felt as good as hell many times in the past, he mumbled. You insatiable bitch, under his breath now, to find that she hadn't actually heard what he's been saying. I had an accident when I was quite young, she explained. I can hear some, but most of the time, I read lips. I am too vain to wear a hearing aid. Adam had one of those floating tables in the pool, so he asked her if she wanted a beer, and they ended up submerged in the water, sharing a drink and having a congenial conversation. It's really difficult when you can't hear very well. She can't make new friends easily, and men seem to be really afraid of dating someone with my problem.
Adam couldn't believe that a woman as beautiful as her would have any difficulty dating. And to prove it, he asked if she had dinner with him. Tara looked at him with a quizzical look on her face. I'm trying to decide whether you're making such an offer out of sympathy, or you may figure I might be an easy lay. Adam was taken aback by her frankness. No, we're neighbors. We're getting along together. Why not enjoy a nice dinner somewhere? Is your air conditioner working? She asked. Yes.
Some water there, Macho Man.
Why didn't let me cook dinner for you in a nice air-conditioned house? Then, afterwards, you can find out if I'm an easy lay. Adam was getting very excited, and his dick was growing harder by the minute. When they climbed out of the pool, the massive boat in his swimming shorts certainly didn't not escape her notice. Then she looked down at it and smiled. I think it would be more comfortable if we had a good fuck before dinner. Do you? Tara slipped out of her flimsy bikini as they ran towards the house, and him and vacated his shorts before they entered the living room. Chasing around school children, she was asking where the bedroom was when he answered from behind, and she couldn't hear him, so he was out and then the rest of the way. Adam threw himself on the bed and lay there with his shaft sticking up in the air like a flagpole. She laughed, and when she saw it, she leaped onto the bed with her knees and took it straight into her mouth. It still tasted of chlorine, but that didn't delete her from sucking it, as she sucked it good. This was followed by her requesting him to turn over onto his knees with his butt up in the air. Then she proceeded to put her hands in between her legs, and that left hand gently fondled his balls, while she rightly proceeded to jerk him off.
Then she pulled the skin on his dick all the way back and he gasped, waiting for it to slide through. It felt so incredible. He thought the former Miss Kelman must be stupid to give up such a treasure. Adam was dying to come. From the very best moment, she grasped him in her hand, and as she worked his knob skillfully, the need became more and more urgent. Go! Go! Then he did shoot his load. It spurted all over the bed covers, but he couldn't have killed less. After his breathing had returned to something like normal, he turned over onto his back and drew Carol up towards him so that he could suck her big tits. As he sucked, licked, and fondled them, she kept making little, whimpering sounds. Then, when he grabbed onto her cheeks of her bum and slid herself between her legs, so that her cock was over his mouth, she became more and more vocal.
Her pussy was getting wet. As his lips nibbled at her pink folds and his tongue explored inner depths. After teasing her for a little while, he got down to the serious business of licking her cunt. He did it so well, it was only a short time before she shouted, "Oh shit!" and her body began to vibrate. She moved her ass up and down, squeezing her pussy over his mouth and nose as she did. Do. Adam was impatient to slip his dick inside of her butt. Before he could make a move in that direction, she repositioned her body so that her slit was just touching the end of it. With a roguish look on her face, she hovered over him for a moment and then she plunged into his throbbing knob. He took such a deep breath he almost sucked all the oxygen out of the room. And from that point on, Tara took command. Their fingers intertwined. She gyrated her ass in every conceivable direction. He wanted to come so badly, he moved his ass around. But she didn't want that. She was going to have copulation on her terms.
Sometimes she did it slow, sometimes a little faster. She was breathing heavy and sweating in spite of the aircon. At last his balls began to ache and he could feel his cum moving up, ready for the breakthrough.
Tara sensed that she was about to shoot his load as she tightened the grip on his fingers and increased the pace, and she was moving up and down on his dick as if she was riding the dressage. And when he did explode inside her, she got so excited she began to yell as much as he did. Still in the new, they cooked dinner in the kitchen that evening, and it turned out great, except he didn't have anything suitable for dessert. Why don't I give you a blowjob in the pool to make up for she giggled? That would be sweet, wouldn't it? But my sperm will float up to the surface, he said.
Not if I swallow it. He couldn't argue with that, and he didn't. The end.
That's it?
The end.
That's all there is?
That's all there is.
Holy Jesus.
Well, there you go.
There it is.
There you be.
That was I'm gonna be honest. I don't know anything that happened in that whole thing. All I know was that it was read to me by Gollum, Macho Man. And why is it always me? Yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It was what it was.
I think I missed a lot of key things in the beginning of the story when what's the troll that made up Shaka?
Oh, I started as a word.
I couldn't understand a fucking thing that guy was saying, so I feel like I was set up for failure a lot with the storyline, anyways.
Oh, okay.
But nonetheless, good storytelling. I'm satisfied.
A lot of stuff here. The dog in the closet.
The dog in the closet.
That's
what?
What is called a dog in the closet?
What the fuck, man? This is some dark shit.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Some of this stuff's freaking me out.
Cupboard love. I mean, there's some weird stuff.
Oh my god.
Cupboard love.
Shulk's fucking counter pisses me off so much.
A really big fucker. That's one of them.
There you go, villager. That was pretty easy. Oh wow. What is the delay here? Also known as Twitch Terms of Service violation. What happened?
Also known as Twitch Terms of Service
Apparently
violation.
Everything ended. No contest, huh?
Ace in a hole.
I don't know what happened, but it ended.
A nude modeling job. There's so many like in this. They're all very
nude
quick.
modeling job.
A little Irish cream pie.
Oh, that sounds tasty.
Yeah.
Sounds real tasty.
She had the figure of a mortal and the trappings of a billionaire's daughter, but she like a bit rough and rusty Ryan filled the bill. He happened to be standing at the bus stop when she pulled over in her classy sports car and asked him if he wanted a shaka. The folks standing there looked at a blonde bombshell with a 500-euro hairdo and her chic clothes and wondered why on earth she picked someone like him. He was not bad looking and working on construction that rewarded his physique, but the long hair, faded jeans, construction boots seemed to nullify anything that could be said in his favor. Rusty was not the kind of guy to look a gift horse in the mouth, and this certainly looked like a gift from heaven. Even though his face had 2 days of growth and a scar over the left eye, he had a winning smile, and he flashed it. And when he opened it, the door of the rather teeny sports car, and she climbed in. See you, Benny, Mokochi, blah, 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 blah. Knew she made the right choice, and quickly accelerated the car and headed out of Inniscarry into the countryside. Her short skirt was rolled back halfway up her thighs, and a skimpy top under which she wore no bra allowed her tits to move from side to side in the most provocative way. When she changed gear, her shirt went up even further, and her chest bounced up and down, giving Rusty a fairly sizable hard-on.
Every so often,
What?
she looked down at the bulge in his pants, and the fact that she was getting him excited just driving seemed to indicate she could rely on him to give her a commanding performance when they reached the final destination. It was a beautiful sunny day as they raced along with the wind in their hair.
Damn it.
Rusty was beginning to feel a bit like a rich playboy. He began glancing over at her, thinking how lucky he was to be sitting next to a glamorous creature. He would, in all likelihood, be fucking a few more miles up the road.
I know that there's fucking going on, but I don't know much else. That's all I guess I need to know.
Stephen knew exactly where she was going, and obviously somewhere she'd have been before, and quite suddenly, she turned down a little side road, and then up behind what she appeared to be, and also an abandoned cottage, but it wasn't. That rich bitch had turned it into a love nest. There was the only 2 rooms, a living area with a gallery kitchen and cozy bedroom. The bed itself, it looked as if it belonged to more in the castle than the cottage. It was very ornate and dressed completely in white. His host quickly took off her clothes and bid him do the same. We are here to fuck, she said, so let's get down to it. His host quickly took off her clothes and bid him do the same. We are here to fuck, she said, so let's get down to it. His host quickly took off her clothes and bid him do the same. We are here to fuck, and she said, let's get down to it.
Didn't you just say that?
His host quickly took off her clothes and bid him do the same. We are here to fuck. She said, we are here to fuck.
What?
His host quickly clothes are taking off her fuck. Let's get down to fuck. He is quickly fucking her.
TJ, are you alright?
Fucking getting ready for all that. His host
TJ,
quickly
are you okay?
took her clothes. She is going to fuck him to get down to it. And also, that has been the same. Rusty wished it could have more romantic. Rusty wished it could be more romantic in the case of beggars, hippie choosers. She wants to fuck. He so stripped down his socks and stood for the fuck. They stood there as awaiting instruction. She literally threw herself on the bed. His host quickly took her clothes and bid her do the same. We are here to fuck. Let's get down to we're do the same in socks. Her legs are wide open. She shaved, but not completely. There was a little strip of hair running vertical. There's a little strip of hair running. There is running vertical. There is stripped the hair to. You wanna fuck? Let's strip your hair to run vertical. We're fuck. We're fuck. Let's strip of hair running vertical to her legs wide open. I was fuck her. Let's strip. He goes. his clothes took off or do the same. We are here to fuck. Let's get down. I don't want. You cannot chew the edges of my cunt with your teeth. You cannot. Your teeth are cunt. You can chew the cunt off my cream cake. You're chewing cream cake off a cunt. My clothes are cunt cake cheese legs. Legs are open for your cunt.
I want you to chew the edges off my cunt with your teeth, she said. Not too hard, but it's just as if you're eating a
cheesecake. Rusty is chewing the cheese off your cunt cake. His legs are spread open for their strip of vertical running to your cunt. Rusty didn't mind a little mouth diving.
The Dude TV! Thank you so much. The Dude, welcome to the Senate.
Welcome to the Senate, Rusty.
The Dude!
A little mouth having so he pushed his face between the cunt and started to nibble. She began to cry out loud and he chewed more and she began to flash her arms around. And the battle began like someone possessed. Without asking for further instructions, he started to lick her wet slit from top to bottom's presses, like a big friendly dog presses. Now she went completely berserk, moving her ass all over the place and pulling hard on his hair. And when she came, she pulled even harder and screamed the house down.
She was still trembling when, without further instruction, he moved up to her tits and took them in his large rough hands and started to suck hard on her nipples, getting as much warm flesh into his mouth as he could. Theo seemed to be loving it, and then it became anxious. He was anxious for the fuck. He wanted to suck her. He wants to suck. Fuck me, fuck her really hard, he said. She demanded, and Rossi pulled her uncomfortably towards the bottom of the bed and lifted her legs so her eager cunt was within reach of his stiff dick, and then he drove in crushing her with a vengeance.
Even as he cried, fuck me harder and harder. Holding on to the cheeks of her ass, he rammed it in time and time again. Each time a little harder, a little harder, a little harder than before. And then, anxious to count, he began to develop a rhythm. And he increased his pace until he could feel his goo.
Oh, come on!
Bubbling up in his pipes, and then he gave a big old grunt as he shot a load deep inside of her. Semyon became hysterical. He flung herself all over the bedstone, and he had no choice but to take his dripping knob out of her butt. And then she moved back towards him and took him into her mouth and tried to suck the cum out that might be still in there. And then she acted with such enthusiasm that he was afraid she might bite his dick off.
When she calmed down, she coldly put on her clothes, ordered him to dress, and then drove him back to the bus stop without a word. Rusty still waits at the bus stop every weeknight, and sometimes He goes there on the weekend, even though he doesn't have to work.
And his mind, he believes that one
What?
day, civilian will want
This map. So
really
huge.
rough fuck again. And sick.
I'm to find him, and the end. The end. He's still in dinner cut.
No! No! Run away!
Here.
Does it run out? Oh, Banshee!
She
Yeah!
literally threw herself on the bed and lay with her legs.
Damn
She
it!
saved
That
her.
was good shit!
It was a little strip of her hair running. If you want to chew the edges of your cunt with your teeth, she said not too hard, but just as you were eating a cream cake and you're eating a cream cake with your cunt.
What?
You're eating, then there was a little strip of hair. Her legs are wide open. He's stripped down to his socks. He is stripped down to her socks and waiting for her. He is stripped down to his socks to eat a little strip of her cunt that is running vertically and then into his cunt with your teeth. Not too hard, but eat in its a little strip. A little strip? A little this one time, my friend,
TJ.
a little strip in her kind of running vertically, and then her edges it was in her cunt.
What was in her cunt?
I don't know.